For all peoples, as with individual, the time comes when they must reckon with their history. For the Chicano y Chicana, the present is a time of renaissance, of renacimiento. Our people and our community, el barrio and la colonia, are expressing a new consciousness and a new resolve. Recognizing the historical task confronting our people and fully aware of the cost of human progress, we pledge our will to move. We will move forward to our destiny as a people. We will move against those forces which have denied us freedom of expression and human dignity. The destiny of our people will be fulfilled to that end. We pledge our efforts and take as our credo what José Vasconcelos once said at a time of crisis and hope. At this moment, we do not come to work for the university, but to demand that the university work for our people. We are a bronze people with a bronze culture. Before the world, before all of North America, before all our brothers in the bronze continent, we are a nation. We are a union of free pueblos. We are Aztlán.
My name is Chuck Franco Vasquez.
My name is Roxana Garcia.
Mi nombre es Ángel Martínez.
Hola, mi nombre es Víctor Antonio Jesús Ali.
Mecha means community. It means fighting for your community in whichever avenue you feel comfortable in doing that. Whether that is, crossing the picket lines, occupying buildings, writing letters to people who are doing really horrible things to your community. In the end, struggling along your community and not feeling that you're superior to them because you have a privilege to attend, an institution of higher education. If anything, I feel like we serve them because we do have this privilege. We have access to this knowledge, access to these resources. So it's definitely struggling alongside our community, fighting with our community to end the systems that don't help our community at all.
For me, Mecha means a couple things. For me, it was really a space where it was really for me of a space for me to grow and find kind of a community I could feel comfortable around. Because coming from Puerto Rico to college it was kind of difficult for me to find a place I could kind of fit in. And for me, Mecha provided that, and it was really welcoming and really, to a meaningful extent, it was really empowering.
My experience as a student of color has been interesting because I find it hard to label myself as a student of color because at first glance people don't recognize me as an individual of color, and I don't necessarily consider myself an individual of color. I guess I would more label myself bicultural than a person of color. I was raised in both different households, so I got like an experience of both worlds.
At Evergreen specifically, or in Olympia, when I moved to Olympia, it was a very culture shock. Olympia is very white, very liberal in the sense that not really compared to the Eastern Washington or Central Washington. Over there it's a lot more conservative and in-your-face racism. In both areas I still felt isolated and alone, but actually a lot more here because there's barely any raza here, so I'm glad I have all of you.
La lucha para mí significa struggle. It doesn't mean an easy path to anything. You don't enter a community with the want to help them and think you're gonna come out the way you came in. It means you're gonna go through trials and tribulations. You're gonna go sleepless nights. You're gonna go at times where people don't agree with you. You're gonna go in fights, whether that's physical or just verbally. It really means entering the space and really attempting in its full definition to leave it better than when you entered.
La lucha por los derechos de nosotros como ser humano, como jóvenes, como latinos, depende de cómo tú lo veas. La lucha continúa y continuará, y ser consistente, tú sabes, hay que echar para adelante, y pues es importante regar la voz y regar el mensaje, y parte de la misión de Mecha pues es regar la voz y llevar ese mensaje a los jóvenes, al futuro, en verdad, porque nosotros pues somos los que dejamos los que dejamos huellas, y tenemos que asegurarnos que dejemos que el futuro pues ¿cómo se dice? Un mejor futuro, porque el punto es trabajar a tener un mejor futuro, ese es el punto, esa es la misión para los jóvenes pues, y para nuestra comunidad.
I heard a metaphor once that when we're born there is a light, and the light is forever expanding. It's bright as possible, you know, the innocence of a child. And the bad negative experiences that we face is kind of like putting a rock on top of the light. You know, there's still light coming out. And the more negative experiences and the more traumas that we face, everything, all the judgments, it's more of a pile of rocks that build up. And between the rocks, there's dirt that kind of forms and kind of solidifies the rock, preventing the light from really shining and really getting out to the world. And that's what people are afraid of, showing their true light, their nature, their fears, their, you know, what's inside. And the decolonization process is removing that light. And not just that, it's just the healing of a people, community, is taking those rocks that are cemented. Some people more than others. But it's a lifelong process, you know. It's kind of like every day they dump more rocks on you. Well, you're like that, you know, every day. Like, give me more rocks, you know. I still see, the light is never gone, though. It's never truly hidden until it goes somewhere else. And that, you know, as we pass. But I think what Mecha has meant to me has given me a tool to help me carry the rocks away from my life and build something with those rocks.